In today's news, Premier Wheatley urges support for self-determination while addressing United Nations. WALWYN and HODGE differ on public committee access. Service charters reintroduced as part of Customer Service Day celebrations, and St. George's pupil reads report as part of Reading Week observations at 284 Media. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
We mash the gas, them bite the dust. We set the speed while they gathering rust. Inside we heart BVI come first. So please don't be fooled, cause they not lying.
Once we mash the gas, them bite the dust. Cause we always fast and we always fuss. If you want real speed, you know who to trust. Somebody better tell them they're not like who? They're not like us. CCT fast, like CCT fast, like CCT just generosity, love the community bad, like CCT fast with the 5G. Cause BVI is we.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Welcome to the Thursday, October 9th edition of 284 News. I am Jaco Wooding Donovan, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us. Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley has reaffirmed the territory's commitment to regional cooperation and advancing self-determination. More in this report. Premier Dr. Natalia Wheatley has reaffirmed the importance of the United Nations in promoting global peace and highlighted the British Virgin Islands' active role in supporting international efforts, particularly within Latin America and the Caribbean. Addressing the United Nations General Assembly's Fourth Committee, Dr. Wheatley said the UN remains essential in maintaining world peace. He expressed pride that the BVI is contributing to work of various committees to support regional development and cooperation.
The UN is needed now more than ever to foster international peace, security, and prosperity. I am very pleased that at 80, the UN's relationship with the BVI is strong and continues to support our sustainable development, climate resilience, and self-determination. This includes a roadmap to improve our access to development finance, based on the BVI's high vulnerability to the negative impacts of climate change as a small island developing state. I'm also very proud that the BVI is actively contributing to the work of the United Nations, primarily via the Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean. Represented by my special envoy, Mr. Benito Wheatley, the BVI currently serves as a vice chair of the 40th session of ECLAC, Vice Chair of the 30th Session of the Caribbean Development and Cooperation Committee, Vice Chair of the 2nd Session of the Regional Conference on South-to-South Cooperation in Latin America and the Caribbean, and Chair of the ECLAC Associate Members Working Group. To these regional UN multilateral forums, the BVI will continue to engage with the wider Latin America and Caribbean family on sustainable development for our region.
On the issue of self-determination, Premier Wheatley noted that discussions with the United Kingdom on a new constitution are already underway. He expressed hope that the UK will give its full support as the territory moves forward with the next steps in the self-determination process.
The report of the visiting mission is clear. The British Virgin Islands is ready for a change of political status to achieve a full measure of self-government. My government welcomes the findings and recommendations of the report, which calls for, among other things, an education program on self-determination, full internal self-government, and a timetable for independence. We remain engaged with the C24 on UN technical assistance to support an education program. In terms of next steps in the process, I'm pleased to report that last week, the Territories Legislature, the House of Assembly, concluded a parliamentary debate on a constitutional review report with a view to developing a position for negotiations with the United Kingdom on a new constitution. The primary constitutional advancement my government is seeking is full internal self-government, as recommended by the C24 visiting mission. This would require the UK devolving to the elected arm of government constitutional responsibilities currently held by the UK-appointed governor, including internal security, the public service, administration of the courts, and external affairs. It would also include the Premier chairing cabinet as the head of government, as well as a fixed future date for a referendum on change of political status. We would very much welcome the UK's full support for these next steps in our self-determination process, congruent with the obligation of the administering powers to the non-self-governing territories under Article 73B of the UN Charter to, and I quote, develop self-government, to take due account of the political aspirations of the people, and to assist them in the progressive development of their free political institutions, according to their particular circumstances of each territory and its peoples, and their varying stages of advancement. Close quotes.
Dr. Wheatley also took the opportunity to thank his team, the public service, and all those working to make self-determination efforts a reality, acknowledging their dedication and contributions on the international stage. Meanwhile, opposition leader Myron WALWYN is calling for the committee stage of the House of Assembly to be open to the public, arguing that transparency at this stage would help rebuild trust between the people and their elected representatives. However, Junior Minister for Culture and Tourism, HODGE Smith, has disagreed. Details in this report. Opposition leader Myron WALWYN wants committee stages in the House of Assembly to be public. The opposition leader says because of its importance, the committee stage that's now taking place in the House of Assembly on the constitutional review document where adjustments and changes are being made should be available for public viewing. The committee stage is taking place following the debate of the report. In fact, during this debate, WALWYN says all committees of the House should be made public. WALWYN says it's the people's belief that what happens during the committee stage is done in secret and they are left out. The 6th District representative says this should be corrected because it helps to build trust.
You come out of the committee stage, you have the third reading. Not a man jack in the public know what you're doing committee stage. So they see a bill for the first reading that says X, Y, Z. They hear you debate the bill. They don't know whether you accept this or you accept that or you accept the next. Or we come back and say, the bill has passed the committee stage with with amendments. What is that? What is that? In the 21st century representing people? That is woefully insufficient. And that is what the people are saying. We don't know what it is you are doing, and so they want greater transparency. I have to support them on it.
Meanwhile, Junior Minister for Culture and Tourism, Honorable HODGE Smith, is not in agreement with those sentiments. She shared her views during her contribution on the Constitutional Review Report.
I am in support of this particular recommendation. However, because I agreed to give in regard to representative democracy, accountability and transparency and public participation. But I am not particularly in agreement that all hearings and meetings be held in public. But I do support making all changes public at the time when the bill is being finalized. It could be during the wrap-up of the presenter of the bill, or it could be done in a different format. We have a lot of social media available that we could possibly create a website that could, if there's one already, we could use a website that could share the information immediately after decisions have been made.
In other news, as part of this year's Customer Experience Day celebrations, the Deputy Governor's Office has reintroduced service charters across the government of the Virgin Islands to strengthen accountability and improve quality of service delivery. More in this report. The Deputy Governor's Office has reintroduced service charters across the government of the Virgin Islands as part of ongoing efforts to strengthen customer service and public sector accountability. A service charter is a public document that outlines the standards of service that citizens can expect from a government department or agency, as well as the responsibilities of both the service provider and the customer. The announcement was made during the territory's Customer Experience Day celebrations, which focused on improving service delivery and fostering a culture of excellence. Director of Customer Service, Kedomine Rubain, highlighted the significance of service charters in guiding public officers and setting clear standards for service delivery. She noted that the last time service charters were prioritized was in 2016. Rubain urged public officers to work with integrity and always give their best to the people they serve.
Our service charters are more than just a document. They are a public promise. With Deputy Governor's Office driving the change, not owning the change, but leading as an exemplar throughout the public service, our service charter is now available online. And as each ministry launches and reintroduces their service charter, we will ensure that you are made aware so that you can also read and understand the importance of the level of service they expect to deliver. Our service charters help our clients to understand what to expect from us, how we intend to deliver these services, and what avenues exist for feedback and redress when expectations are not met. Our service charters promote accountability, transparency, and trust, giving both clients and officers a shared understanding of service excellence. As we continue with our service charters, I need the public to understand this reintroduction reaffirms our dedication to earning and continuing your trust, one interaction at a time. To my fellow public officers, it is a reminder to each and every one of us that we play a vital role in shaping the experience and the perception of the public service.
Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Deputy Governor, Charlene Dabrio-Letsam, also emphasized the value of service charters, explaining that they serve as an important reminder of public officers' commitments to the people of the Virgin Islands.
A service charter isn't just a document, it's actually a promise. It tells our customers what they can expect, it clarifies the responsibilities of both our team and those we serve, and it sets up the systems that ensure that we're always delivering. It builds trust, fairness, and confidence, which are all the foundation elements for a lasting relationship. Customer service is more than just transactions. It's about connecting, it's about understanding, and it's about improving. Our service charter guides us to listen actively, respond very quickly, and constantly evolve based on feedback that's coming from our customers. So on this customer service experience, let's renew our commitment to these principles and to the people that we serve. Every conversation, every interaction is a chance for us to show our customers respect, professionalism, and of course, excellence. Our service charter is our roadmap to a culture where outstanding service is the standard, not the exception. Let's remember, great customer service is built on consistency, accountability, and genuine care. Together, guided by our charter, we can build trust, inspire loyalty, and create the experiences that truly, truly matter.
Deputy Governor David D. Archer Jr. welcomed the initiative, stating that service charters will help hold the Deputy Governor's office accountable while ensuring that service standards are upheld.
And like any great leader, any unafraid leader, the Deputy Governor's office will take the charge. We'll feel your criticisms, we will also feel your comments, but we'll also be held accountable for delivering a quality product. And when you walk into our offices and we do well, you can rate us at one of our keypads that you might see. But over the next couple months, I want the public to be aware of something. Each ministry will also launch their service charter in their unique and their impressive way. And collectively, the public service will recommit to serving persons and serving the public exceptionally well.
He added that significant progress has been made in the public service compared to 5 years ago, and that the reintroduction of service charters is another positive step forward. In the coming weeks, public officers will receive training to understand what is required of that under the new service charters. The public can access the service charters both digitally and physically on the government's website and at service locations. Up next, Fire Service highlights battery hazards during Fire Week 2025, and U.S. government shutdown continues. These and more stories after a word from our sponsors.
Just give me my service. Yeah. Just give me my service. Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited. Unpredictable, and when a storm is coming, having a plan can make all the difference.
We need a plan in case of a hurricane. Everyone, let's work together on this.
This is where we go in case if we need to evacuate. This is safe away from flood zones.
I will use this room as our secure space if we have to stay home.
Don't forget to save our local contacts and also our off-island contacts.
Right, and we need to have a plan for our pets too. They can't go to shelters, so we need a safe place for them.
Because we get separated, we should have a meeting spot. How about the community center?
That's good, and we can leave a note there too.
I feel safe knowing we have a plan.
With a plan, you're not just preparing for the worst, you're taking control of the situation. A message from the Department of Disaster Management and 284 Media.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. 284 Media welcomed a special guest into today's newscast, a student, Rita, from the St. George's Primary School, who joined the team to deliver the next report. The initiative is part of Reading is Fun Week 2025 and our team's ongoing effort to engage young people in journalism and give students hands-on experience in broadcast media. Take it away.
My name is Serenity Peters. I attend St. George's Primary School. I am in grade 6 and I'm 10 years old. Chief Fire Officer Zabulon McLean is urging the public to take extra care when handling lithium-ion batteries as the Virgin Islands Fire and Rescue Service marks Fire Prevention Week with the theme Charge into Fire Safety, Lithium-ion batteries in your home. In a recorded message, McLean explained that although the department has scaled back activities this year due to ongoing construction at fire headquarters, and staffing shortages, fire stations across the territory, including those in WALWYN, Garda, Anegada, Eastern, Capoons Bay, and Jasper Lake, remain open for public visits.
The first week in October is usually preserved for Fire Prevention Week and Fire Safety Week, not only in many Caribbean jurisdictions, but in North America as well. It is a week where we sort of blitz the territory with information about fire safety. Many persons are aware of what you need to do to stay safe, but reminders are extremely important, especially among the children and for the adults. We get so busy we don't think about it. What we are trying to do is create a culture of fire safety where you automatically think on how to stay safe. So we would start on the first Sunday in October, and we'd have many activities throughout the week. This year, I'm afraid we had to downscale it. We are in need of a few more personnel, as well as we have construction ongoing at fire headquarters. However, in the outstations, Virgin Garda, Anegada, Eastern, Capoons Bay, Jasper Lake, you can still have open house, where you can bring the kids or even your department or organization to the station, take pictures of the fire officers, interact with them, let them share fire safety tips with you, and understand how difficult their job is and why we need the support of the public.
He noted that lithium-ion batteries, now commonly found in homes due to the growing use of rechargeable devices, are increasingly responsible for residential fires.
These rechargeable batteries are increasing in use and unfortunately cause the number of fires we have.
Fire Prevention Week, observed annually during the first week of October, is used by fire departments across the Caribbean and North America to raise public awareness. This year's focus reflects concerns over emerging fire risks from rechargeable technology, including electronic vehicles and portable electronics. McLean encouraged the public to contact the Department for Fire Safety lectures, fire extinguisher training, or facility inspections.
If you need fire safety lectures, if you need to meet with us, if you need fire extinguisher training, if you need an inspection done of your facilities, by all means get in contact with us and we will work with.
Up next, seas up to 9 feet as Tropical Storm Jerry nears the region. This and more stories when Wait for News returns.
My name is Henry Bosch. I work for PPG. I'm here to explain to you the use of the Deltron NXT paint line and Enviro-based high performance, one being solvent-borne and the next being waterborne. The difference is that one is totally manufactured with rosins and thinners and all the good stuff that solvents bring versus our new technology, which is waterborne, which is 100% latex. What we're gonna do is that we reduce the solvent-borne with a DT885, which is a mid-temp reducer, and the waterborne uses T494, which is a waterborne reducer. We will today be using either DCU 2042, which is a speed clear, or we will be using DCU 2021, which is a classic. We have here our equipment. We have 8-ounce measuring cups, and we also have our 32-ounce mixing cup. We will also have with us our Venturi. This is a blower for us to dry the waterborne paint, which speeds up the process. The good thing about waterborne paint is that as soon as it evaporates, you're good to go. So now Gilligan will dilute the waterborne paint with the waterborne reducer. We made 8 ounces, that would be 1.6 ounce. It always has to be properly mixed until we get an even mixture within the paint mixing cup. So when we spray, we don't see uneven coats of color. So right now we're filling our paint gun with 8 ounces of diluted paint. We're gonna see how far 8 ounces will take us. Waterborne paint seems to look blotchy on your first coat. Don't pay no mind to that. Don't try to achieve full coverage on your first spray. Excellent. Let it dry. So the process in waterborne is 2 even coats, and then we have what we call a dust coat. Well, now we're gonna have Mr. Brown apply the first coat of clear on his waterborne panel. We'll let it flash off, and then he'll come back and coat it with his second coat to finish it off. As you had seen in the previous shots, we had a little blotchiness, and you'll see some patches. That's all due on purpose to sandpaper to prove that with EnviroBase high performance, all technicians, the body work has to end at 800 grit or plus. Well, EnviroBase is like we're trying to shift everyone into that slowly but surely. The entire west coast of the United States and all of Canada has already been on waterborne for the past 10 years. And now soon it'll be the eastern seaboard, which covers the Caribbean. So when that happens, we'll all be affected. So it's best to start now, start trying and applying waterborne, because eventually everyone will be on it. And referring to technicians, it's less harmful because it doesn't have all the toxic chemicals that solvent-borne paints do.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. The United States government has shut down for the second time under the Trump administration as Democrats and Republicans remain deadlocked over funding measures. The shutdown, now in its second week, shows no clear signs of resolution. According to international reports, the Senate is scheduled to hold another round of votes on two competing measures to reopen the government, after both failed for a fifth time on Monday to secure the 60 votes needed to advance. Meanwhile, a memo from the White House Office of Management and Budget has raised concerns among federal employees. The memo suggests that 750,000 workers may not be guaranteed back pay, a departure from previous shutdowns. House and Senate leaders on Tuesday pushed back against interpretations like that, insisting that the law clearly entitles employees to retroactive compensation. The effects of the shutdown are rippling through key sectors, including transportation and healthcare, leaving millions of Americans in limbo. In weather, the British Virgin Islands can expect showery conditions tonight as instability from a retreating tropical wave combines with moisture from approaching Tropical Storm Jerry, according to forecasters. Today's weather was partly cloudy skies with periods of showers and moderate thunderstorms. These conditions will worsen tonight with overcast skies, more showers, and another 40% chance of thunderstorms. Winds will blow from the east-northeast at 10 to 22 miles per hour, occasionally becoming light and variable. Seas are forecast to build between 7 and 9 feet, with easterly swells up to 9 feet. As a result, high surf warnings and advisories will go into effect starting at midnight. Sunset today was at 6:01 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:11 a.m. Residents are urged to monitor official updates and exercise caution near coastal areas. And that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com, like us on Facebook at 284media, and 284BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Jaco Wooding Donovan, and I will see you again tomorrow, so have yourself a safe and enjoyable evening. Goodbye.